bring up KD, there was a couple games over the last couple of years where you and KD had some back and forth, where like you said something to him, then he went and called you small or whatever.
Yeah.
Did he say? Everyone online said that he said it in French. Was that true or?
No, that's cap.
Like, I've been running the page for 3 years. I would have never guessed, like 3 years ago, that Evan Fournier is getting his full fucking leg tattooed. Like, no chance. Because you know what I mean? When you were in Denver, all you had was like the little thing right here.
Yeah.
Then you started getting like little pieces.
Yeah.
And I didn't, like, no way. I was like, I didn't think that was gonna happen. How many hours in are we at on this leg?
Whoa.
Like, total.
Evan probably counted more than me.
80 plus?
80 plus?
Yeah.
What? That's insane.
We had, so, first was 2 full days, then it was 3 full days, then it was 2, so that's 7, and another 3. Yeah, so 10 full days.
And when you say full days, it's how many hours a day?
Minimum what? 10?
Yeah,
Sometimes more, sometimes 12, 13
Fucking
probably.
insane.
yeah.
Insane.
The one time we cut it short was the 3rd day right here,
Yeah.
because my knee was swollen.
And how do you think you are? I'm gonna ask you both, but I wanna ask you and then I'll ask Ossian. How are you with pain?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm good with pain.
What do you think?
I can't tell there is actually pain. Like it's rare, but
I'll say this, it depends on the spot though.
So I was just gonna ask, so the worst spot's been the knee?
Kneecap for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%. The one I was surprised by was the Achilles.
Yeah.
I was surprised. Actually, it's funny because so the Morpheus piece I have right here, on the quad, I felt nothing.
Nothing.
Like, I think I fell asleep that day.
Dead ass?
Yeah, that ass. Yeah.
Wait, so tell me about that. I wanna get into everything, but so why the Matrix, why Morpheus? What was the reason behind that?
Well, the whole sleeve is kind of based around not my mindset, but at least what I aspire to be, you know, what I thrive for. And Morpheus is, you know, I'd say the mind master in the Matrix. You know, he's the one that teaches Neo everything. And Matrix is probably my favorite movie.
Okay. Obviously, you have your ideas, like you just said, more Matrix, your favorite movie. But like, how do you incorporate Ossian into making it all flow?
I do a lot of my homework. So when I talked to Ossian, I had a whole game plan ready, really. I sent him a long ass email with like 4 or 5 pieces with why I want it, how I want it, et cetera, et cetera. And then, you know, him as an artist, he has to understand the vision and understand the thing I'm trying to accomplish. But he's the one, obviously, you know, working on my skin. So he had some things to say, some things which we've changed, and he had some different ideas. And it's like a collaboration.
So how, like, you know, how long do you think this full leg will take?
so in general, 10 sessions, about like 80, 90 hours, sometimes 100 hours.
Wow.
It's the regular for a standard leg sleeve in general, touch-up included. But with this guy, it's a bit longer because he's a bit taller than usual.
And Evan, talk to me about kind of the meaning on the lower leg that you were just saying. You have the 2 people on the bottom. Talk to me about the reason behind that.
Yeah, it's kind of like it represents the internal battle that we all have to face. I mean, that's pretty much it. You know. You know, I like to say that the hardest battle is the one against yourself.
Absolutely.
And that's pretty much, you know, I was looking for like a design that really translated that, but I wanted something original, and you know, I got lucky. I just found it online, and you know, I really liked it.
And then what about the samurai? Because I love that one. I love that piece on the arm.
So both of my parents were judo athletes. You know, professionally. They met throughout judo. They competed for the national team, etc., etc. So growing up, I was always close to the Japanese culture and the discipline part, fighting spirit, and I was always drawn to samurai. You know, so again, I just saw that design. I just wanted something a little bit different, and I just went for it.
So what do you think lifetime you've spent on tattoos?
That's a good question. I should ask these guys, really. I honestly got no idea. Probably like 50, I want to say.
50,000?
Yeah, I think so.
Damn.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what got you into tattooing?
I mean, I always was inspired by tattoos since I was a kid. I think I was even before 10.
Yeah.
I was already interested when I saw hip hop superstars wearing tattoos, you know, when I was a kid, and I always wanted to do that because I was the guy who was drawing the better in my class, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I want to tattoo those guys. I want to draw on those guys. And finally, after years and years, when I was 20-something, I was a lot into graffiti, and a lot of people into graffiti were starting to move into the tattoo industry, you know. And I was like, okay, I want to be part of. So I started to tattoo on myself first. That's my first piece here.
I was gonna say that. Okay. Yeah. What about the coffee on the side?
That's one of the first pieces of my girlfriend.
Okay. Yeah. Talk to me about, like, we kind of spoke about it, but I want more, like, from you solo, like without Evan here, like genuine reaction, like when someone like that hits you up. Like you're both French, right? He's a French player. So French player from the national team hits you up and wants you to work on him. Like, how crazy is that?
That's fucking crazy for me, especially because I was leaving France, like it was planned since months ago. When he said to me like leg sleeve, I was like, wow. I only did one leg sleeve before. It was my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So that was literally my second leg sleeve in my career. So
really?
I was like, fuck, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So, like, when you're talking to someone that big, or like, you know, him, RJ, Reggie, that you did, when you need to tell them like, hey, I don't think that's a great idea, like, is that weird because it's still the same?
Honestly, I do my job. I think you are a celebrity or you are not a celebrity, you will appreciate that you have in front of you a professional who tells you the best advice.
Yeah. So I've never seen this. Your thumb on this side. So as a tattoo artist, right, you need, I'm curious. Because as a tattoo artist, right, it's very hands. It's like a doctor, you're very hands.
Yeah.
So does that affect you in any way, or what?
So it kind of started my career.
Okay, how?
Because I had an accident, so I wanted to get into tattoos, but I had like bills to pay. I was working on a regular job, and I didn't really have the time to put myself 100% into tattooing. So I was struggling a bit to find the opportunities, the moment, the occasions to tattoo and everything. And then I had this accident at work. It happened with a horse. I was trying to attach a horse with a rope to a ring, a metal ring, and he stand up like, okay, no, jump for that. Yeah. He tried to escape, and the rope took my finger away with the ring.
Jesus, wow.
And it was like, it didn't even resist. It was like 1 second.
Snapped off.
I didn't even realize on the moment. I thought he ripped my nail off, you know?
Yeah.
And when I watched, I was like, oh,
Shit, yeah.
what the fuck just happened,
Yeah.
you know? And I was like, fuck, shit. And I tried to like watch my finger and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So I lose my finger. I was 24, and
Okay.
then right after, like 2 months after, I buy my first tattoo machine, and I decided like to put like
Wow.
my first professional tattoo
Yeah.
machine, because before I had one that was like shit.
And does it affect you at all? Like when you're tattooing, do you?
No, like to stretch the skin, like it's I'm right-handed, right?
Okay.
So to stretch the skin, it's a bit like different than someone else, I guess. But I learned that way
Learned it
without
with it, yeah.
without the thumb, so I don't even mind it.
Makes sense. That's sick though. Good. So essentially, it was something bad turned into your career.
Yo, the football season is upon us. Make sure you guys lock in with Prize Picks, the official presenting partner of Sessions. It's the daily fantasy sports game, and it's super easy to lock in. Takes about 60 seconds to get your entries. The best thing about it is that it's a skill-based fantasy game. You don't play against anybody. You're playing against the Prize Picks projections. You pick between 2 to 6 players, and you select either more or less. It's simple. Prize Picks has an abundance of stats to choose from. You could go with passing yards, receptions, interceptions, pass attempts, and many more. And at Prize Picks, they don't do just the NFL. We got college football, we got NBA, and we got a bunch of other sports. And the best thing about it is that you can earn up to 25 times your money. Prize Picks is hooking you guys up. If you use code INKED, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. That means you put in $50, they're gonna match $50. You put in $100, they'll match $100. Go to prizepicks.com/inked, use code INKED for a first deposit match up to $100.
Who would you say on the team if you had to pick someone? Who do you think has the worst pain tolerance?
Well, I'm gonna say his name because he actually told me. That's Obi.
Obi?
Obi told me he's really bad with pain. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like,
So obviously he's trying to set you up with Obi to do his leg. You're gonna have him. He's gonna be jumping off the table.
Yeah, that's what he said to me, Obi. Yeah,
Yeah?
I was like, oh, bro, you have to sit because my sessions aren't short, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty long sessions.
Who would you say has the best tattoos?
you know what? Compared to some of the other teams, we don't have that many guys that are like really tatted.
Yeah.
Like that. Julius has a lot. Obi has a little bit.
There's a lot, huh?
A little bit, yeah. RJ, D Rose.
Yeah, D Rose has the neck.
D Rose got the Godspeed neck.
Yeah.
Um,
Would you ever get your neck tatted?
no, never. No.
So what's your like limits? Nothing on the face, nothing on the neck?
The face, that's 100% for sure. For sure. The neck, I'm not gonna say never, because like literally I thought I was done after these two. Like on the wrist, I thought it was done.
Yeah.
But it's like so addictive.
Yeah,
you know,
very
you
addictive.
always want to get more.
Yeah.
The one thing for sure, I'll never get like a full body, like
Like bodysuit.
bodysuit. I'll never do that. But no face, 100%.
All right.
And
So we'll see in like 10 years if you ever have a face tat. We'll
for
come
sure.
back to this. So would you say being in an NBA locker room, there's kind of like an influence kind of to get tattoos just because so many guys do have them?
I think so, because you know you get inspirations from other people too, and like for example, so when I was in Orlando, I got my arm done during the summer, and when I came back, Aaron Gordon and I used to, you know, he was sitting next to me in the locker room, and you know we just talked about tattoos, and you know, I like that. Back then he had nothing.
Yeah.
Right. And he told me, and you can ask him, he told me straight up, like, I'll never get any work done, like, on my body ever.
Yeah. Now he has fucking his whole
I
back.
know.
Yeah.
And I think because he saw me, like, repeatedly, like, getting some, like, tats done, like, my back, my arms, my chest.
Yeah.
You know, he was, like, getting interested.
Yeah.
And, you know, you get curious, you look around, you go on internet, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever, and that's it. It's too late now.
Yeah.
You're hooked, you know?
Well, exactly. Yeah. Once you get one, that's it. You
You're
wanna
hooked.
just
You're hooked,
keep
yeah.
going.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because he has his entire back. He has his thighs. He has a lot.
He has a
of
lot.
tats
He
now.
got the ribs.
Yeah.
He got a lot.
you know, I'm born and raised in the United States. National basketball isn't as big here.
Yeah.
But for you, like growing up in France, and obviously now them being able to play for your country, and I see like some of those crowds too at those games are insane.
Yep.
So what's kind of the difference in basketball culture from the United States to France, and tell me just how it feels to kind of represent your country when you're able to play for them.
Well, playing for your country and playing in the NBA is two totally different things. You know, there's no money involved, there's no politics. It's just, you know, you play for the love of the game. You play with your boys that you've known for, you know, years and years, and you just want to make your people proud and represent your country. So it's a special feeling. It's much shorter though. You know, it's just during the summer, so it's like very intense. In a way, it's kind of like March Madness.
Yeah.
You know, you lose, you out. So it brings out the emotions, and the game is played a little bit differently. You know, obviously talent is not as good as it is in the NBA, but they do allow you to play a little bit more physical. I mean, not a little bit. They you know, it is definitely more physical, and I think it's much more enjoyable to watch for, you know, fans.
What's your kind of, because obviously you're a competitor, right? So when you go and you're playing against guys that you play against in the NBA that are on the US team, when you're playing them, like, is there like an extra, like, just like, you know, force that you want to beat them that much more just because you know them? Or like, how does that?
Well, for us, France, I think since we have a lot of NBA players, playing Team USA is definitely special.
Yeah.
We want to beat their ass bad,
yeah.
you know? But in a good way, you know, these guys are, you know, the best team in the world, and we want to be the best.
Yeah.
So, you know, we want to beat them. And it's actually fun playing against them because they're so good. So there's definitely, you know, a little bit of, like for example with KD, like, you know, I played KD with Boston in the playoffs, and right after it was the Olympics, etc. So it kind of builds up.
Yeah.
You know, but in my opinion, that's what makes the game fun. You know, the competitiveness and guys trying to win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I want to ask you about that. So you bring up KD. There was you know, a couple games over the last couple of years where you and KD had some back and forth, where like you said something to him, then he went and called you small or whatever.
Yeah.
Did he say? Everyone online said that he said it in French. Was that true or
No, that's cap.
no?
No, that's cap. He said you too tiny. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how is that like to you? Like obviously, you know, KD's, you know, world-class kind of player, to have that like moment and just, you know, two competitors going at it.
Well, that part was actually funny. You know, I thought it was funny because
Yeah.
I'm 6'7".
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so I'm no small guy.
Yeah.
It's just KD happens to be, you know, 7-footer really, and he did just shoot over me. So that's why it was funny, because that's true. He's fun to play against, but I get hyped for like big games. Like I don't necessarily look at like players, like the big games, you know, like the big teams, like the pressure games. That gets me going even more than just players.
Yeah. Who talks the most shit?
Used to be Garnett, 100%. Now, not now, Draymond.
Draymond?
Draymond, yeah, he got
Yeah.
a big mouth for sure.
Dylan Brooks?
He don't be talking that shit like that, really. I mean, he acting all weird this year, but
Yeah. I feel like there's not one person besides on the Grizzlies that likes him.
it's hard to like him for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, because he's like, and like you said recently, like just some of the shit he's saying, it's just like enough. So when is the next one?
2 years in Paris. Next
Oh,
year,
it's in
actually.
Paris?
Next summer in Paris, yeah.
Oh, so you got to take it home.
That's
I'm
the
rooting
goal.
against my own country right
That-
now, but
that-
you gotta
that-
take it home.
That's the goal. That's the goal for sure.
You have a squad though. You guys have a lot of players.
I mean, we almost beat their ass in Tokyo in the finals. You know, we beat them in group phases,
Yeah.
and we lost in the finals. Yep.
So what's the rankings? Do you know? What is it? Us, France, Spain?
No, the FIBA ranking is ass. Like USA is not even first, it's Spain.
Really?
Yeah, Spain won. Team USA is second. I think third is Australia, I want to say.
What?
Yeah.
So I want to talk to you about a fellow Frenchman. Talk to me about Wenbayama.
Yep.
So did you know him at all, like growing up playing in France? Like obviously he's a lot younger, but did you?
Not personally, but you know, he's from the Parisian suburbs.
Okay.
same for me. You know, I'm from Paris, so the first time I heard about him was 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
And I mean, we all knew he was gonna be special.
Yeah.
But there was no doubt about it.
And what did they say? They said like there's this giant kid that's like 15 and is 7'4".
I mean, the first time I heard about him, he was probably like 10.
Yeah. Damn. So 10-year-old kid playing ball
12,
and
between 10 and 12.
yeah.
But yeah, it was like, yo, there's this monster coming up.
Yeah.
Like, if he stays, healthy and, if he keeps working, he's gonna be unbelievable. And I mean, we all know about him now.
Yeah. So does he play at all with you guys, with the main team?
The national team?
Yeah.
He was supposed to play for us last summer. He got hurt, unfortunately. So hopefully this summer he's gonna be able to come to the World Cup with us.
Yeah. I mean, as just a basketball fan, like, watching him, I was like, that's one of because I watched the game when they played Scoot Henderson, so when it was the Varsity G League team, the Ignite.
Yeah.
I was like, that's one of the craziest like skill sets of a NBA, of like a basketball player I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous at times.
It looks fake. It looks like 2K.
I think we're all curious and we're all excited to see how it's going to translate in the league, because truthfully, we've never seen a guy like him before.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see, Yeah, I mean, France can't wait.
I was just gonna say, for France, for French people, like growing the game, having a guy, like obviously it looks like he's gonna be, easily the first pick, like no question.
Yep.
So I'm assuming, would that be the first time there's ever been a French player go one?
Yes.
So that's huge.
Yep.
And then obviously, like for his success, if he joins the national team, you guys get that much better, and just another face from France in the NBA.
Yeah, it's good for French basketball.
Yeah.
We're just trying to grow the game and trying to have more and more kids getting into basketball and bring, success to French basketball. So he's definitely gonna be a big part of that.
Who's the hardest guy you've ever guarded?
It's gotta be either KD or Kyrie.
KD,
Prime James Harden.
Prime James Harden. So why do you think that didn't work? All three of them on the same team. Why do you think that didn't work? If they're all that good.
Actually, bro, like it did work until motherfuckers got injured in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They was gonna win that year.
I know, I'm a Nets fan, so I was fucking crying.
They literally was gonna win.
I was crying.
And then I don't know, they I guess missed opportunity, and then just like some internal issues that nobody knows. But that
shit.
summer they was gonna win 100%.
Well, because it was Giannis.
They were killing Milwaukee.
Kyrie landed on Giannis's foot.
Yep. And
Then
James
Harden
blew
pulled his
hamstring.
leg out. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was playing literally on one leg.
Yeah, he was.
And then KD by a fucking toe to win the game.
I know.
What would you say your welcome to the NBA moment was?
It was for sure during the preseason, my rookie year. First preseason game, we played the Clippers in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with the Nuggets. And obviously I'm coming off the bench. And my first possession, as soon as I get in, I have to guard Jamal Crawford
Oh, shit.
for the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
So he ISO, end of the first quarter. And he just went boom, 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 boop, boop, boop,
Yeah.
and won. I was like, well, okay.
Yeah.
And, that was cool. That was cool. For my first minute as a pro, it was tough.
Yeah. So how does, for you as like a professional, when you come to New York, obviously your role changes, right? You're not playing as much as you used to. How do you stay like ready and kind of like into how do you not lose love for the game?
Well, last year I was still like starting and play, big minutes, but like this year is just really about just be a pro, man. Just do your work, do what you have to do. Because whether you're playing or not, like the approach really doesn't change. Like you just try to give your best every day. You have good days, you have bad days, obviously.
Yeah.
But you have one job to do, and you got to come in every day with a good attitude, good spirit, and try to do your best. It's really that simple. So whether it's like lift, just like practice, workout, skills work, like whatever it is, just just give your best. That's it.
I was gonna say, your quote in the beginning of this year, when you came, I believe you scored like 30, but it was like you weren't playing, and then you played the game, you scored like 30, and then you were like, nah, it's like a one night stand. Don't get excited or something like that.
Yeah.
That had me dying. That was funny. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was funny, but I haven't played since. So
Yeah,
you know.
No, but like you just said though, you know as a pro, you know your role. You know, like
Yeah.
you come in, you do your job, and you know, it's up to them.
You can't control everything.
Yeah.
So we always say control what you can control.
Yeah.
It is what it is.